And we're live. Hello. I'll wait a minute and see if anybody shows up. So just want to welcome everybody to this is painting, and tonight we're doing something called lemons and such. So I'm going to have a lemon in here somewhere because I like to paint lemons. So I've got a little watercolor palette here. You can see that, right? Yeah. And I've got my handy dandy paintbrush, and I have my piece of paper on the wall. So we're going to start by making some shapes, some objects, and some other things. This is my third live. All right. So it's a still life tonight is what we're doing. And I'm going to start. Whoa, chord problems. Chord problem solved. I'm just drawing a picture. A P-I-T-C-H-E-R. Kind of like a Greek vase kind of thing. I like a Greek vase. Greek vases tell stories. I like to tell stories. All right. Give it a little base here. So I'm using real light watercolor. I like to start really lightly, and then we will definitely blast it with some color. Don't worry. Don't you worry. Okay, it needs a handle. Couldn't pour it out if you didn't have a handle. Let's start maybe. Look at that, nice curve. Nice curve. I'm probably going to have some kind of pattern of some sort on here. More blue. Let's see what we put. I'm sorry you have to see it backwards. Maybe I'll flip it around at the end. So we lay that out. Now, some fruit. Let's do a lemon. I'm seeing kind of a lemon in here. Yep, there's one. This one's going to be a little behind the other one. All right, these are playful lemons. They don't have to be super anything. Realistic. These are my lemons. And let's them. Maybe I'll do one more. About a slice one. Right? So, you know, in Dutch art, they would always use lemons. Lemons were meant to represent the idea of bounty, right? Of having nice things. You know, the origin of still life, we can trace the idea of still life back to the Romans. Because if you gave somebody a nice gift, you would, you know, so let's say you gave the family some nice food, nice wine. Well, they'd hire an artist to paint that onto their walls. You know, we see some examples of that in Pompeii. I go to Pompeii a lot with my students. All right, so we're gonna, you know, these lemons are going to be yellow. All right. And then we're going to put a bowl. Think about an onion. How do we feel about onions? You know what? I'm going to do a red onion. I like red onions. That. Well, people are coming in and I'm getting hearts. Thank you, heart people. Let's put a little shadow. Just some shadows. Pretty like the light's coming in over here, right? Just a little suggestion of shadow. Green. We're going to pretend that our red onion is sprouting. So maybe there's a little bit of that going on. Now listen, sometimes I make stuff that's like super intense and serious, but this isn't that. This is like stress release. I'll come home and make some kind of painting. So I want to start bringing in some more color, and I'm thinking about making a fish. We're going Mediterranean tonight, kiddos. So maybe we have a little fishy. He's going to live right there. Just a little fishy. Maybe a little fishy. We'll give him. We'll pull some more details of Mr. Fishy here. I think I made him too much the same. We'll switch a little fishy down there a little bit. All right, we'll find some more details in Mr. Fishy here soon. All right, now. I think I'm going to put in a wine bottle. I like to draw wine bottles. I may change my mind. I'm thinking about a plant. So we're hitting around a little plant back there. It's a small plant. Well, more people are coming. Very nice to see you all. Hope you've had a good day. I taught painting today. I taught painting 1 and painting 2 and printmaking today. So it's been a long day, but a good day. We had some good classes today. Now, let's put in a little hint of a plant. And I'm going to get some more intense green here. Hang on a second. We need to go big on green. So I like to use these liquid watercolors. We're going to pop. I'm ready to see what this plant can do. I'm just dropping in leaves. It's a stylized plant. Oh, you like the composition so far? Thank you. You have a lovely day as well. I hope you've had a good Wednesday. One of the things I like about painting is that I can just swim in this color. I like bright colors. I like using them in interesting ways. So we're gonna pop the color just a little bit more here. We're gonna get some yellow. So I'm gonna clean my brush well. My students today in painting 1 were giving me tips on how to do better live, and they said I needed to talk to the camera some, so I'm talking to you a lot today. So just look at that yellow. Look what that yellow does. Nice and bright. Good. So one of the hardest things about being a painting professor is that I always want to paint on their paintings. That doesn't help them. It doesn't help you learn if I paint on your paintings. And so I was resisting strong urges today to work on everybody's painting because I can always see what they can't sometimes. And anyway, these are hashtag painting professor problems. All right, y'all, I'm still here. I'm just looking for a blue. Don't leave. Just kidding. If you need to leave, that's so cool. It's okay. I won't be offended. I won't be sad. All right, so we have a little, we're going to go for the blue here. Kind of curious about how long these lives should be. How long do you guys want to watch somebody paint? See, I just love making lines like this. Something very satisfying about it. Maybe we'll put another line here. That's brightening up, isn't it? Thanks for the likes. Who cares, damn it? That is funny. I like the creative usernames. Alright, we're gonna get some, we're gonna go for a little purple. I like the way that purple plays against that yellow. Oh, I'm glad it's relaxing. Good. You can doze right on off. Okay. Now we're going to make that red onion red. Can you see it? I don't even know if you can see it. We're just getting this red right here. Look at that. Red, everybody. Yeah, now we're talking. All right, we're going to get a little bit more of a, I'm going to go for kind of a teal, a little bit of a teal thing going on in here. So one of the other friend of mine who's an artist does these, and they said I'm supposed to put the piece up for sale. I don't know. So we'll see. If someone wants to buy it, you can let me know. I'll sell it to you. Look at that color. Isn't that exciting? All right. The fishies. We're going to need to work on those fishes. I'm not feeling them right now. You know, fish are kind of silver. I'm going to go in sort of a brown direction here. You know what? This is sardines. I told you this is my Mediterranean. My brain is in the Mediterranean. I'm in a little town in North Carolina, but okay. Let's get a these fish have scales. All right. Mrs. Dilksey, nice to meet you. Green, 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 green. Okay. I'm just kind of blasting some green in there. Because it needs it. I always let the painting tell me what it wants. And I'll follow along. Alright, so we got our little plant thing going on there. Now, hello, Jade. Nice to meet you. I'm Raynor. Everybody calls me Raynor. Once you get to know me, you can then call me Ray Ray. My name sounds like Raynor Sean. I kind of imagine this is almost like a stained glass window. Is this watercolor? Yes, it's watercolor, two types. I have very traditional watercolor here. I have also something called liquid watercolor, which is much stronger. It's more heavily pigmented. And the watercolors I use look just like this. They're Blick watercolors. So color is joyful. So this painting is all about just being joyful. Hi, Oreo pancake. Oh, thank you. It looks amazing. Jade, I appreciate that. You're very kind. We're just going to let this blue happen. We're going to leave a little white border here and there. We'll try not to drip. We don't want drips in this one. No drippy drippy. So some of my students joined one of my lives before. If you're one of my students and you're stressed out about all the paintings due, you gotta relax. If you want to know an artist that I like Matisse. You should look up Matisse. M-A-T-I-S-S-E. Matisse was a French painter. 20th century, 1900s to, well, 19 teens to like the 1950s is when he was very active. He was a master of color, master colorist. So believe it or not, I teach something called color theory. You can't tell from this because I'm just using all bright colors. I'm not doing all the mixing I should be. But you know, that's okay. We're gonna get this finished. And then I'm hoping I can turn it around so you can see it the right way. I'm not smart enough yet to know how to make it look so that you can see the right way. I'm not that smart. That blue pops. Hello, LC. I think that's an LC. Yep. Thank you for joining. If you're just joining us, we're making a watercolor. And we're using some intense colors. We were inspired tonight from the Mediterranean. For the past 21 years or so, I've been taking students to Italy. So I get to spend a lot of time in that. You loved color theory. I did that in art college. I miss it. Do you have any what? Color theory book recommendations? Yes. Itten, I-T-T-E-N. I believe it's called The Elements of Color. Maybe. I'll find it. I'm in my studio. So I have all my art books nearby. You gotta have your art books nearby. Itten was a theorist. And he really did a good job at describing what we call this, like the 7 contrasts of color. 7 different ways color can contrast with each other. And as a painter, you should know those, or at least you should be aware of them. You may use them sometime, or not. I'll learn color theory one day. I can't get it right most of the time. Color's hard. I tend to think about there's some efficient ways to think about the color wheel. I'll have to do a separate video about that. That's what I teach in my classes. So I try to teach my students to see the color wheel in a very practical way. I try to pull away from that theory sometimes and just make it something useful. Theory's fun and all. likes are very kind. Almost done. We're getting there. Almost there. Usually I make funny TikToks. Thank you for the book recommendations. I have to go now because it's almost 1:30 a.m. Oh gosh, yeah, get some sleep. It was nice to have you here. Thank you for coming by. Usually backgrounds are supposed to be in the background, but I've made my background really come forward. I used to give an assignment. I used to teach a painting class for seniors. These are people who are typically 70 plus years old, and I would volunteer at a senior citizen's home, and I would teach them to paint. And I did that because they taught me more than I think I taught them. But one of the assignments I would give the seniors would be I would tell them to create a still life of something they like to eat. So they would bring in items things that would make a meal, a still life of something that would make a meal. So I had this one student, and he brought in a can of beans, chili powder mix, and he did a cool little still life of all the ingredients it takes to make chili. That was fun. Almost there. Almost there. I love this blue. You know, the live is good for me because I tend to talk to myself as I paint anyway. All right. I'm feeling this. Oh, hello, Natalie. Nice to see you. Glad you came. A few little finishing touches here. Oh, a lot of people joining. Nice to see you all. Thank you for coming by. This is my little studio. You can tell that there's a lot of paint that gets on these walls, but you know what? That's good. That shows that I'm in here working. I feel like it's important that if you're an artist, you really need a daily practice. You need to draw or paint or sculpt or do whatever it is you do. Do a little bit each day. That's the way you get there. It's like an instrument. You have to play that instrument. All right. All right, I'm going to outline these lemons just a little bit more. I feel like they need it. So I'm going to give them a little bit more. I want to see them just a little bit better. There's one. There's two. Three. There's 3 lemons. A lot of times in Dutch still lifes from the 17th century, you'll see lemons, and sometimes you'll see them partially peeled to make almost like a spiral. Well, I didn't do that for mine, but maybe the next one. Maybe the next one. Might be fun to draw that spiral peel. All right, we got that. Maybe. Maybe we'll add something to the vase. What do you think? Yeah, let's do it. Vase time. Just add a little pattern. I told you I was going to try to finish, but I'm having too much fun here. I want to keep going. Okay, I kind of like that. I'm going to put that up top. I don't know what it is, but I like it. So when I teach painting class, I'm going to say something that always annoys me when I hear it in my painting class, is that one of the things students like to say is they'll say, well, the painting's too wet, so I need to let it sit for a little while. So a lot of times it's not. They're just tired of it. They just need a break. They just need to look through TikTok for a few minutes, then come back, and then they can paint. Paint a little more. Ooh, nice pattern. There we go. We're going to put just a little bit of dark in the top of that vase. Oh, a lot of people are coming. Nice to see you all. There we go. And I'm gonna get some red. I need a little bit more red. Hang on. Hang out. And we got some red. Thank you for the likes. You're all very kind. Felt like that onion needed a little something else. Just needed it. All right. Okay, I think I'm going to call this one done. Let's sign it. I got to get my signing pencil. Find it. The signing pencil. This is it. You can't see it. It's backwards. Caran d'Ache. En français, s'il vous plaît. It's backwards. So hang on. Maybe we can turn it around. I'm going to see if I'm smart enough to do that. Can I do that? No, I don't know how. All right. Well, so if you follow me on TikTok, I'm going to post a proper direction of this thing. If not, I'm going to post it on Instagram as well. So I'm kind of big on TikTok. I'm big on Instagram. And what I'll end with is what you all are convincing me of is that I feel like that social media can be a positive thing. I work with a lot of students, and they often tell me things that where social media can be a very negative thing. So it's nice to feel like I can contribute something positive through social media by sharing what I do and my art. So I hope you enjoyed watching this little painting happen, and we'll probably show up tomorrow night to do another one. So take care. We'll see you.